Welcome everyone to part 2 of this Draconian Artificer of Gozag run. We are done with the first level of layer and ready to go down to level 2. I was saying just yesterday to people in stream that I had the lowest latency settings on so that there was the least amount of delay between you guys talking to me and me seeing it, and that apparently was false. So I have fixed that now. Let me know. Apparently, I'm sacrificing a little bit of video quality to get ultra low latency so that we can interact easier and better. So give me feedback on that. Is the video quality okay still? And let's see how the chat goes and the timing of interaction and all that. Should be better today. I hope the video quality isn't compromised that much. So hello, NecroPros. Welcome. Tarako, welcome. Defeat the delay. That's right, Tarako. You've been experiencing that the past couple days, and I believe I've sorted it out, so we shall see. All right, let's have a quick look at what we're doing here. Remind me. We have a few spells online. Mystic Blast being the big one. Grave Claw to lock things down, a little bit of poison. Few the Fallen pairs well with our ranged build that we got going on. And Swiftness to escape. Haven't needed to use it yet, but I like it as a back pocket option if we need to run away. I've got ranged weapons right now at 14, fighting at 9. We're leveling spellcasting just to get those spells a little more online. And we are using the Mule, which I picked up in D7 or 8, something like that. Currently 1.2, which isn't terrible on the attack delay. And I kept saying yesterday, I'm just going to level it until it gets to 1.0. Well, it shows how much I use or how little I use hand cannons, doesn't it? Because min attack delay is 1.0, and that's at max at 18, right? So I guess that just means leveling it all the way up. So we are, like I say, at 14, cost of 21, so it's going to take a little bit to get there. But once we get spellcasting to 8, I think we're going to move back into ranged, and we'll just take it the rest of the way up. 111 max HP right now feels pretty solid for where we are in the game. I don't have a ton of armor yet, but we do have good jewelry. So I picked up the finger necklace, which gives us 3 rings, so that's pretty good. And yeah, resists are looking pretty solid. Need Aralak, need some willpower. Boots, helmet, offhand. Still haven't found a shield, anything like that. So we'll see what we can do. Inaba, welcome to stream. JW, yo. Just faced my first Orb of Winter, Inaba says. Wow, that's it's taken you a while to find one, hasn't it? You've played through quite a lot in... Oh, you're JW. Okay. You've played through quite a bit of 0.34, haven't you, Inaba? I think. Maybe I've got the wrong person. I'm surprised you're just now finding Orbs of Winter. Oh, second run. Okay. Well, good luck. Orbs of Winter, not too bad. Usually, I mean, depends on your god a lot. I've run a lot of Ash and Gozag, and those gods aren't affected by Orbs of Winter as much, as long as you have cold resist. Okay, so we are looking for a gauntlet, the fastest portal in terms of the shortest lived portal, I should say, which is going to be a little bit of pressure. I think we're just going to open Fugue with Fallen and start tabbing. It's kind of what I was doing on layer 1. Necropo says, I love this game, but am terrible at it. Only play offline. I gotta say, play online, get some feedback from other players watching is nice. Get your stats. That's a lot of why I like DCSS so much, is that I can track myself, track my stats, all that kind of stuff. Just getting that feedback, right? I don't like meta progression in games in general, but I do like keeping track of how my games have gone. So yeah, such a bait sometimes in ABBA, that's right. Online made my playing skills skyrocket. I think so. Just being able to track stuff is really cool anyway, even if it doesn't make you better. It adds another aspect to the fun, I think. Okay, just double checking here. We can do poison if we want. My spell on B is Mystic Blast, and we've got Swiftness with 2 upstairs behind us. Let's go. Okay, Mamba. Put this on quick cast so I can aim it. 63. Yep, 1 shot. Nice. Let's try to kill that snake too. And of course, we're going to get the back blast periodically. I think we'll knock back. Let's step back, knock back, knock back. We have poison resist. Okay, we got the kill on that. These snakes are painful. So we'll go straight into ranged weapons here up to 18, I think. Mamba out, that's right. Necropose. I mostly play roguelikes and ARPGs. Yeah, me too, basically. Have like 100 different roguelikes installed on my laptop. Wow. Good for you. Draco, yeah, streaming roguelikes does tend to attract people who really know how these games work. Yeah, streaming is fun. Like, I really enjoy it. Just the interaction with the community, you know? All right, so we've got two guys attacking us right now at 20 damage a pop. So that's quite a lot. If I step back, I could step to here, say, and be less likely to take damage from both. I've got Gozag, I've got 3,100 gold. I think I'm gonna step. We got a daze. That's huge. That daze is really big. We've got 2 pots of curing, and there sits my potion of experience that I picked up in the Bailey and said I was going to use at level 11, and now we're almost to level 13. So after this fight, we're going to use it. Okay, let's cure. Let's knock back. Please die. Thank you. That was not quite how we wanted that fight to go, but we lived, and that's what matters. So more experienced, ranged weapons goes to 15.4, seems acceptable to me. And we hit level 13, of course, 118 max HP. Okay, let's try to find that thing, that portal. Boy, this is not a great level for it either, is it? It's like all spread out. Pop Fugue. Apparently... Yeah, so we got to watch out for these Dream Sheep. I sleep. Mamba. Mamba out. Just keep moving. We've got enough damage here to basically tab, which is not a playstyle I am used to doing, I gotta say. I was talking quite a bit yesterday about how much I actually don't really like ranged. But that's mostly for early game. Like, at this point, having Mule is quite strong, obviously, no doubt about it. Okay, Mamba. And 2 frogs, and we hit the distortion trap. Have we got a message about very distant, less distant? So it's probably up here somewhere. I didn't pass it, did I? No, that's a hole, so it's probably not here. Okay. Okay, let's see. What do we want to do? We could use Graveclaw. I'm pretty sure I've got 3 charges of it. Just to make this guy easier to hit. Wow, just kidding. I'm going to miss multiple times, even with Graveclaw. Man. Just keep knocking back. Mystic Blast working pretty well for me, really. The drum beats cease. Yeah, so it took me too long. I missed it just that easily. I'm not going to complain too hard because, like you guys were saying, sometimes it can be a trap, but it is one of the most profitable zones sometimes. So you hate to skip them. You can always take a peek for free, but not today. Okay, good melee damage here. It's fire-based. Venom Bolt, invisibility. We can see invisibility. It can slow at 49%. Venom Bolt has 5 range. They have Pro Cold, Ring. Naba saying rhythm game main here, 100 roguelikes is very hardcore. Yeah, rhythm games like Necrodancer, for example, that's my main rhythm game. I haven't played it in a while, but good one. Oh, and then, yeah, funny enough, I haven't played Crypt of the Necrodancer. I was just saying, what rhythm games are you into then? Are they still roguelikes? Let's see. I guess, what's our chance to hit? 67? It's not too bad. And then we'll Graveclaw when she gets close, which is on C. Mule's random RF plus, carrying so hard against Maggie and Erica. Yeah, no kidding. That is a lot of the reason I've kept it on, put it on as early as I did. Like, it's just real good. Let's lock you down again. Cool. Okay, so we are out of Graveclaws, I believe. Got to keep that in mind. Yeah, almost made it to it. There's our portal. Almost made it, not quite. Let's just auto-explore. We can one-shot these guys when they don't wake up. We got snake. Interesting. Let's use breath. I've got 3 of them built up. Knockback, knockback. Cool. The days paying off a little bit there. So I like snake. We need a shield already. Been looking for it for a while, so that's good. Good place to get shields. Oh, did I get shafted? What'd that say? Oh, no, the bullfrog falls through a shaft. Right, okay. We do have corrosion resist, being that I am a yellow draconian. Let's attack. Let's step this way since he opened that up. Sweet. Random as in design choice wise. I main vertical scrolling ones and 7 key variants mainly, so quite niche, says Anaba. O2 Jam, BMS. Wow, okay, I've never heard of any of those games. That's interesting. I'll have to look that stuff up. Dabbled a bit in mobile platform ones and have been playing My on and off since 2015. You've just named a bunch of games I've never heard of, so I'm interested. I'll have to look it up. Are they still roguelikes, basically? You're saying the random and design choice. So some are roguelikes, some are not, basically, is how I'm taking that. Just pace games or rhythm games in general. There was a rhythm game I played, which was quite good. It's short-lived in my attention span, where you were kind of like a beetle rolling along a rail, and it was very percussion-based. And I cannot think what it was called, but boy, I had fun with that one. Rhythm game. All of them pure rhythm games? Gotcha. Cool. Red Eye saying, I think the random was referring to their comment on Mule's fire res. Yeah, it does feel a little random, doesn't it? So we just got acid bite, which I'm probably never using, actually. Meanwhile, ranged weapons is at 16. 1.0 attack delay. So question is, do we just stop leveling here? Like, it says 1.0. Is that good enough? Like, why would I keep leveling, right? It says minimum attack delay of 1.0 reached at level 18, but we're at level 16 and I'm already there. I'm not sure how to interpret this, to be perfectly honest. I've seen this before. Quickblades does this. But I don't know how to take it. What do you guys think? Inaba says 1.0 as an 80% of the time it's 1.1. Okay, I wondered about that. It's kind of misleading because it should show like 1.0 point something or, you know, some other feature here. It's a little misleading. Yeah, they're filling out the power budget on the artifact with the additional res. I'm not going to complain. I love like random res coming up on items. It's very good. Let's see. Let's go Fugue. E. Tab a bunch. Step down here so we can knock back, maybe? Boy, those Mambas just don't want to knock back, do they? Or maybe they're too fast and they step up. Like the knockback happens and they step up. Unclear. It rounds down in the game's UI. Yeah, I just wish it showed, like, the truth, right? Because it's hard to make decisions when the truth is not known. Okay. Got that guy dead. Fugue's only at 1. I wish I had faster AoE of some kind. Oh, I have an identification scroll I should use. We do have Ice Blast, actually. Is Ice Blast relevant here? It might be. We can at least hit these guys up front. Might as well use them a little bit, yeah? Then we can use Breath. I've built up 3 charges. Might as well do it. Cool, that's good enough. Oh yeah, I'm immune to these clouds, aren't I? What's this up here? Interesting little vault thing. Yeah, I was reading last night about the mule, or hand cannons in general, I guess, are quite loud. They're almost as loud as yelling. So I know Fugue is loud as well. I think Fugue at max is probably louder It's got to be, right? But in terms of like alerting the area, already using the hand cannon is doing so. Adding fugue on top of that is just like icing on the cake in terms of alerting the area. There's noise. There's poison. Poison's good. Hoarfrost Cannonade. Now we're talking. I've been kind of looking for a Forgecraft spell that was relevant, and Cannonade is. Like, getting Cannonade, setting up a little fort, and then firing with my cannons sounds pretty good. This could be the next thing we go for, I think. Already at 73. I do have a Wizardry Ring on. I do already have... Oh no, I have no Ice Magic. I have no Forgecraft, but we've got a +2 in Forgecraft, so it's probably what we're looking at doing. Red Eye says, they can't hear your guns if Quazzle summons a hurricane all around you. Yeah, facts. The white noise just blocks everything else out. There's Mind Burst. Quicksilver, picking up some extra wands. Summon Hydra. I'm probably not using that. Oh, great. I step around the corner and immediately get doomed. Can we lock him down? Yes? Please die. Only doomed me once. That's not bad. That right there is why I like summons so much in 0.34, because you can block all that doom just so easily. With range, your only option is kill faster. Quaz got one of the best runs, got one of your best runs, killed, pulling every enemy to me in the branches. Yeah, that's why I kind of don't like Quaz, especially early on, right? It's just such a danger to make that much noise before you have a bunch of power. Look at me just killing that bog body. Dude, we got so much damage. It's so good. Okay, what we don't have is electrical resist, so let's be careful. All good. So we got Swamp and Snake, which are the two... Are they the two easiest? Yeah, I'd say they're the two easiest. Snake being the most beneficial, I'd say, because we like shields. But Swamp being the easiest. So that's good. This is positive. Okay, down we go. Let's identify these 3 pots here. Attraction. Womp womp. Not what we want. Hey, Raga, welcome to the stream. Good to see you here. Inaba says, really, I don't play summoners much, but with things like these, they always spawn on the opposite side. Then I get nailed twice before my friends get in the way. I mean, yeah, but the idea is that you're getting at least more chances to block it, right? It doesn't work 100% of the time, but usually you can position within a turn or two to block line of sight. Too bad I can't get that, man. Helmet of Sniping? That'd be so good. Can't wear helmets on Draconian. Dogs, let's do Fugue. Where are your friends? Oclob plant? Oh, blocked by fungus. Okay, that's fine. Do Fugue again for these yaks. Easy peasy. Okay, we're going to get distorted here. There's no way around that, is there? I don't think so. Oh, somehow I got lucky. I probably took the worst path of the 2 options, but we weren't punished. Okay, I tried to step in. We got blinked backwards. You could argue for going a different direction, but here we are. Yeah, lol, indeed. I'm like, let's not do this. Oh, never punish. Never mind, we're getting blinked immediately. I just accidentally reset my Fugue. That's what happens if you cast it while you're building up Fugue. It just resets it to 0. Let's come in a different way, shall we? How many elephants are we going to have in here? 1? 3. 3 elephants. Let's use breath. We're building up breath charges pretty quickly, really. Easy game. How did I not disperse? Yeah, we got lucky on the pathing. But then, of course, as soon as I stepped back up, I got blinked backwards, which is the optimal position for a dispersal. 17.8 here, so let's reassess. Do we want Hoarfrost Cannon? I believe we do. It can block line of sight, right? It's almost a summon, sort of works like a summon. It's good through S branches, it slows enemies. There's nothing bad to say about it. I can get it online pretty quickly with +2. I've already got some spellcasting, I got Wizardry. I mean, this is at 0 skills and it's 73, so this is going to come online very quickly. I like it. It's a good spell. I've always liked this spell since it came out. So I think we're going to go Ice Magic to like 2, and at the same time, we're going to train Forgecraft to about 4, and then we'll go from there. Okay, Layer 5. Let's be a little more careful. We've got Death Yaks. We're actually going to retreat to the stairs, take a couple guys up, go down somewhere else. The only problem, the only downside with Mule is that knockback knocks you off stairs. So, like right here, it's relevant. Just using Mystic Blast a few times to soften everybody up. Then I guess we'll just start killing. Mystic Blast again. Seems good. Go down somewhere else. Cool. Always like to kill those guys. We have very little resistance to petrification right now. It's a willpower-based thing. Knock back towards the steps. We're getting flanked, of course, because of Fugue. So we'll just retreat. Push. Oh, did I miscast Fugue? Why was I pulling so much? Just the hand cannon, I guess? I don't know. First Hydra. Easy kill. Always got the lockdown abilities if we need it against Hydras. Forgecraft at 2 already. Look at that. Hoarfrost at 47. Should we just go ahead and learn it? Probably. Okay, it is on G for good stuff. Okay, here's our Yaks. So we'll pop Fugue. Hoarfrost carried some Draconians for you too, Anava. Non-yellow ones. Yeah, now on yellow it's going to be even better, right? So, okay, let's open up. Just start blasting. Okay, we'll knock back, blast, Forgecraft to 4. So I think we probably just want more of that. Let's see, 3.5 on the cost, ice. So we'll go ice to 3, and then we'll go Forgecraft to 5. We're at min delay on ranged, 18. So this is really good stuff now. It was good before, now it's even better. I do not like you, Black Mamba. You have been a pain to me this game. Okay, like I say, Forgecraft to 5. We'll check our spells. We're at 28% already. Dream Sheep, you say. Asleep. Asleep. Hydra. Okay. And petrification. This is a little scary. If I back up, they're very likely to line up nicely for me, I think. Why did Basilisk attempt to petrify? It doesn't read as he did. I'm not sure why he slowed down. I'm just going to keep backing up. Nice, we got the daze. We'll get him at max range and then blast him. Did Basilisk get dazed? I'm not actually sure why he stayed behind. That was kind of weird. Okay, 4.2 and 4, so we'll go Ice Magic to 4. This is the last time I'm going to level up Ice Magic because I'm probably not using it. That said, I've got Splinter Frost Shell, so it's always an option. Where'd that Basilisk go? What is going on here? High Energy Particles, welcome to stream. I found your channel off DCSS and watched you live yesterday too. Yep, I remember you being here. Great to see you again. Now, I know there's Basilisk somewhere. Where did you go? He's just like wandering around somewhere on his own. Okay, that's ice. Let's take forge to 6. Hoarfrost at 19. That's coming online super fast. Anybody else want some? Come on in while my fugue's going, please. This guy, yeah, he hits me immediately with the freaking bombard. Steam Demon. Fugue is offline, so let's just back up a bit here. Cool. Red Eye saying, I think a fun video would see you do a few tier lists if you're interested in that. Like ranking spell schools. Yeah, so tier list wise, I have a like top spells or favorite spells type list. And then I have a quick and dirty version of my god choices. But yes, I am going to do some more tier lists. You want to see spell schools? I could do that. Yeah. Spell schools and starts and species and gods. All that kind of stuff is probably in the works. All right, so we got to get serious here. We have no Aralac, and we've got one of the most dangerous early... Most dangerous? What did I just say? Anyway, one of the most dangerous early electrical enemies because of Blink Bolt. So this guy is scary. Luckily, he got dazed. What's my play here? I think we definitely Hoarfrost, right? And then I just start blasting, I suppose. Hoarfrost at 16. Miscasting on Forgecraft and Ice is not that bad, so I feel okay about it. Let's see. Inaba saying, regarding the Yanoxial, isn't that Iron Shot? Yes, you're right. They did not change it to Bombard when that got upgraded. Good clarification. They don't actually get knocked back. That's the main difference. High Energy says, the early Dungeon Matters is a good playlist for bad DCSS players, right? That's kind of the goal. Yeah, it's not for bad maybe, but for the people who have like a 1% win rate, right? The goal is to like assume that you know the basics of the game and want to get better. So that's kind of what it's about. I casually try to get into learning this game a few times a year, it seems. Well, I hope that the videos help. And the idea with those, and the idea with this live streaming that I'm doing right now, actually, is that I'm going to live stream these games, commentating all the way through, and then the live streams are going to disappear at the end of that, and I'm going to convert them into an early Dungeon Matters, and do it the same way I've done that whole playlist, and then link these live streams through there so that you can still find them, but they're not like publicly available, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I'm going to make multiple videos out of these live streams, and hopefully they're helpful. And more compact, right, too, for people who didn't follow the live streams. Okay, let's focus. Red Eye says he's never seen a Raiju. Well, they usually travel in packs, especially in places like the Abyss. So they're scary early game. They're like a Shock Wasp. It's a Shock Wasp with a little less damage. Very big problem, realistically. Luckily, Gozag has my back. I got like 2 or 3 dazes off there. Okay, let's see. 10 cost on spellcasting versus 4.9 on Forgecraft. So we'll go Forgecraft one more time. We're at 16 still. That's okay. Yeah, see what so I mean, there's multiple Raijus here, so we got to be worried about this. I think I'm going to recast Hoarfrost about here. I should have probably done it a turn before. Now he's blink bolted to me and missed. Or he hit my Forgecraft maybe? I'm not sure. 10 max damage on electrical after the hit of 11. Chance to hit 63. So in melee, he's less scary. I think we're going to Caustic Breath him. Yeah, he never even did damage to me, so we got lucky. They can be very, very scary. Just because it went well for me, don't assume it's going to go well every time, because it often does not. As a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons why in Abyss I like to have Aralac. It's specifically that enemy. Okay, so I can poison this guy from afar. Let's pull him back. Yeah, or not. Okay. I guess he doesn't want me to pull him back. We're going to be playing by your rules, I see. Boy, he hits me again. This is ridiculous. Do I teleport? What in the world? He just keeps hitting me because he's blocked his own path, so he has to hit me from range. Wow, that sucks. What do I do? I could attack backwards and try to get out still. I'm at 65 health. I don't like this situation. The other option is teleport, but I think I'm going to go this way. Okay. Get around the corner. Wow, what a jerk, huh? Okay. You've been playing a lot of Dungeon Mans recently. It's so chill, says Necropose. I haven't tried it yet. The impression I got, I should say, turned me off a little bit. Like, maybe it's a bit too casual for my taste, but I could just be judging it incorrectly. Because, like I say, I haven't played it. I should. I probably just should. There's so many roguelikes on my list, on my to-do list, though. Like, so many. Eventually, I'll get there. I think we're going to head towards the stairs and just reset this. Because this was not a good engage. We're already low on health. Let's just go back down. I'm going to poison you. Yeah, and then we'll knock back. Poison, 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 knockback, knockback. Okay. That was kind of nice. I got... The knockback was blocked by his little towers there. Can't cast Hoarfrost just yet. What else can I do to him? Curare? I believe that works. It's not going to damage him, but it will poison and slow. Now what? Do I charge in and attack? What does he do in melee? 24. It's less damage than Landbreaker. So I guess we charge in, I think. Yep, cool. Got my Curare back, so nothing lost there. Got to remember Hoarfrost Cannon. It's at 14 now. We're almost to 7 on Forgecraft, which means ice is going to be better, or we could go to spell crafting. Spell casting. Just for more mana, more spell levels. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Ugh, that's annoying. Do I have breath? Just one. Let's save it. Do we have Quicksilver shoots through? I don't really want to use that. Graveclaw. That works. And then we will go back to Fugue, I think. Okay, let's go Ice Magic to 5, and then we'll go spell casting. Get more spell levels online. Yeah, give me your feedback, Necropose, on Dungeon Mans. What do you think? You think it's chill? Is it challenging? Does it have any of the depth that, you know, DCSS and Caves of Cud and stuff like that have? Or like, what's its main perk in your opinion? What do you like about it? It's got a lot of humor, right? It's a humorous kind of game, right? That's my impression. And for better or worse, the thing that kind of turned me off, I think. And I don't know if I should really judge it like that, but it's the truth. I like the seriousness of the storyline in like Caves of Cud, for example. I play Caves of Cud not because it's hard. It's like the easiest roguelike, in my opinion. One of them, certainly. But the storyline, the things you can do, the depth of it is what draws me in. And it's like kind of a heavy game, right? The storyline's kind of heavy, a little bit dark. And I like that. Sweet. Good job, Hoarfrost Cannons. Tarako saying with roguelikes, I always return to Cogmine. It's hard not to. Like, I've taken quite a long break from Oh, Cogmine. Yeah, I was saying Caves of Cud. Cogmine, though, on the other hand, I like for a different reason. Like it's really bare bones in a lot of ways. Like there is storyline and stuff, but it's like DCSS in the sense that it's throws you right in the dungeon. You know, there's nowhere to go but up, right? In that case, and it's all go right from turn one. I like it. It's hard in that way, right? It's harder than Caves of Cud, certainly. I haven't played it in a while though. Rapier of Distortion. Mostly just because like DCSS is the one that keeps pulling me back. Obviously, it's hard not to come back to this game. It's my favorite, even though I love all those other games we've just been talking about. It's like DCSS. It just ropes me in over and over. There's a new race to play, where there's like all these races I haven't played ever. Right? It's just hard not to come back. It's just the right amount of challenge too. You know, it's a hard game. Even though like I'm a streaker and relatively good at the game, not trying to brag or anything, but like it's still a hard game despite being able to streak and stuff. And I appreciate that quite a lot. Caves of Cud is like every game I play, I know I'm going to win, and it's too easy in that sense. Like there's never really that much of a challenge, but it's still fun for different reasons, right? And Cogmine, I think, is somewhere in between. It's probably easier than DCSS, but challenging enough to be engaging for its challenge. So that's cool. You know, those are three of my favorite games in roguelikes, easily. What are we doing against this guy? I'm not quite sure. I have a roadblock here, which I could tap to escape. I think I do. I mean, ugly things. This brainworm here sees me. He's going to brain bite me, which is unfortunate. He can't see invis. I don't think I have invis bots, though. No. Inaba says, I've been trying to get my friend who mastered Caves of Cud to try DCSS. Do it. Yeah, like, it's more of a challenge. It's more of a no storyline, throw you into the deep water, right? But once you get into it, obviously, great game. Red Eye says, I haven't played Cogmine, but I loved Polybot 7, which is like Cogmine Light. Very fun. You ought to try Cogmine. It's a very good game. It's actively developed, and the developer is interacting with the community all the time, does live streams, very open about feedback and so on. So it's a really good community. You should check out my live streams from Cogmind, actually, because the community joined in droves in my live streams and helped me through, right? And it was very, very friendly, helpful, engaging, etc. So I have nothing but good things to say about the Cogmind community. The Nava saying, coming from Tome, I struggled with DCSS because it's so swingy. There's almost no trivial encounters. True. Yeah, Tome's overworld makes it a bit easier in the early game, I think. Not that it's not hard. Like it strikes a good balance too. Like it's a harder version of Cud in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm going to back up. I'm going to take the brain bite hits from the brainworm, I think, and I just want to open up this escape here. Which is kind of awkward, but at least we have an out. And then actually I can hit all these guys here. We'll step. Step again. Now we can hit all these guys. Okay, brainworm dead. I hit tab instead of Q. That's okay. I meant to hit A, actually. I want to see my caustic breath. So if we step here, we can caustic breath these guys. Well, I got the distortion brand. And then I guess we will recast cannons. Stand beside my mortar and fight to the bitter end. Never even took damage, I don't think. Good stuff. Pick up the second distortion branded item. Just in case we need an out at any point, we can switch back and forth. Red Eye says, I love how DCSS has virtually no trivial combats. It keeps my ADHD attention on with the stimulation. Yeah, there's really something to be said for the balance around that, right? There's no downtime in DCSS, and I love that. Like Caves of Cud, by comparison, there are plenty of ways to completely avoid combat for quite a long time and then trivialize the whole game. And that makes it too easy in a lot of ways. Tome, you can trivialize portions of the game with various techniques, but you can't trivialize large chunks of it, I don't think. I haven't found a way. Same with Cogmine, right? It's really hard to trivialize anything because it's all go all the time, and I appreciate that. So we need to decide here what we're doing. I have 16 int, 16 strength, and we're low on dex. I'm a ranged build. Do I want to stay a ranged build primarily? I would go dex. We're going into spell casting, but we can be pretty happy with our ability to kill things even late game with the mule. So maybe I go dex. I'm only hesitating on dex. Like, dex is clearly the right answer here, I think. But I'm hesitating because I don't play dex-based builds. I'm a spellcaster usually, so just thinking about it for a second. Necropose says Dungeon Man's is Tommy with some meta progression. I really like the Academy, and I enjoy the silliness quite a bit as well. The graphics are a big plus to me. Okay. Kids are knocking at the door. I don't know if you can hear that. Red Eye says, I'd say Caves of Cud is high exploration. DCSS is high combat. Yep, agreed on that. Inaba, Tome is high difficulty. Tome on high difficulty is like 99% trivial and 1% rand boss set with a deadly combo. That's been my experience on Madness, is like not too hard, and then one shot out of nowhere, right? You never even see it coming. But like on Insane, there's much less of that. And so I feel like Insane is the right balance for Tome 4, in my opinion. Okay, well, let's make a decision here. I guess we're going Dex. I think that's the play. It's going to help with the shield, which I'm going to have later, since we're using a hand cannon. It helps with my damage. Helps with dodge. We have wizardry. I think it's hard to argue that it's not the play. The only argument against is that going int right now helps with spellcasting later in the game, and we're actually quite happy right now with how the range is going. And so dex right now doesn't matter nearly as much as int will later. I'm not sure if that's a good argument. I feel like it probably is. What do you guys think? Inaba says it's the game length that kills it for me. Yeah, Tome 4, I agree. I knew exactly which game you were talking about without even thinking about it. It's too long. I functionally quit after getting the first Archer Insane Roguelike win by exploiting anti-projectile skills and targeting the tile behind the enemy. Yeah, I mean, runs in Tome 4 are like 14, 15 hours. It's like a 15 rune game in DCSS. But way more tedious, I think. I just wish it was shorter. Boulder throwing giants and Daikara are a huge spike that gets me if my builds are too squishy. Yep, Daikara can be scary. I usually push that back to the end of tier 2 dungeons as far as I can, as far back. They reworked Archer on the next patch and got rid of those issues. Oh well. I usually play Necromancer in Tome 4. Almost always. Average Insane run was 50 hours for you. Am I misremembering? I thought it was like 14 probably. Am I totally wrong? I could just be totally wrong. Nightmares 15? Okay. I'll have to go back and look. That's interesting. You know, I talked myself out of the decks. I think we're going int. I think we're happy with how the ranged is going right now, and I'm more than likely going to want to transition into more spellcasting later. Tell me if I'm wrong, chat, but this is what we're doing. This is what seems right to me. And so here we go. We have 18 int, which isn't great, but it's, you know, it's better than not having int. So there you go. Still don't have any other spells. At least Hoarfrost Cannon is at 9. Haven't miscast it yet, I don't think. There's spellcasting to 9. Now what do we want? Probably a little more dodging. It's super cheap and stealth. So let's go dodging up to about 4 and stealth up to about 6. And we don't care about when those come online. Let's just let them roll. So this is quite a nice situation for us here. Not the paralyze, or not the Petrify. But the fact that we have an Abyss entrance on Lair, so we don't have to worry about rushing at any point or picking which level we're going in. We can just do it whenever we want. Right here it is. It's fantastic. Love to see it. So we picked up Fireball there. We still have Ignite Poison if I got like OTR or something. I don't know. Hey, Shatter. Shatter probably isn't happening on 18 intelligence in a 3-room game. I don't think. Here's our friend we lost earlier. Okay, that's layer 5. Dex is more stackable, but getting good stats across the board is good for flexibility. Yeah. Inaba saying going int, that's surprising. I don't think there's a wrong strategic choice here. Yeah, and I'll tell you, if you were watching somebody else, they would have gone Dex. But I am an int player. I'm always leaning towards that direction, right? And whether or not that's optimal in this position, I think is debatable. But here's part of the decision factor for people wondering. I've got 32 damage on my mule, which is very good for layer region. And yes, Dex plays into this, right? It's times 102%. All of the Dex we have right now is that much. Now it's also going to help with shield. It helps with evasion. Like it's a very all-rounded buff. But int helps with spellcasting in a much more meaningful way, I think. That's my opinion. It may or may not be a good one, but that's what we're doing. Largely, it comes down to I'm good at playing spellcasters, and so that's what we're doing here. Okay, let's go ahead and net. I whiff, but he also whiffs. Okay, that was slightly annoying. Vampire, we can see invis, so that's fine. Inab is saying only strength versus non-strength is more crucial. But like there's also a good point, even by going full dex, you would be relying on dex from gear for good ahead of the curve mule damage. Yeah, confused? Why? Should have cast my spell. I forgot he confused. Okay, we'll just... Oh, Fenrir with the confuse. We have 1 pip of cold resist. I've only got 1 curing. I tell you what, we can't potion petition while confused. Right. Am I crazy? I thought you could. Isn't Gozag on mummies, like, for confusion purposes? I could have swore you could do this. Has this always been the case, or did they change it? Yeah, exactly. And I was saying, well, how is Mummy playable then? This has to be changed. Because you used to take Gozag on Mummy so that you could undo confusion with Potion Petition. I'm like 90% sure that's the case. I apparently can't do it. How about that? Right? Somebody else confirm. I can't be wrong on this, surely. Why else would you take Gozag on Mummy? Like, potions in general are good, sure, but like... That has to be the case, right? Okay, I think we got to use our curing pot, probably. Chance to confuse is only 34. That's unfortunate. We got a stair to the north. I've only got 1 curing pot, which is lame. We've got enlightenments. So I could go enlightenment first, just to make sure we don't get confused again. No, I want to stumble around a few turns and save my curing. I kind of do. It paid off. What's the chance? 9%. Let's get our cannonade up first. Let's go ahead and breathe. And then just blow them up. Sweet. Good as gold. Yeah, I think that's a change. I'm going to have to look at the patch notes. I'm like actually stunned by that. I mean, it makes sense that you got to like talk to your god to get their benefits or whatever, but Man, that was one of the huge perks of Gozag. Mummy got nerfed. Again. Who would have thought? They'd nerf Mummy again. Okay, here's Orc. I think this is just Fugue situation. Block line of sight on the Confuser down there. Boy, oh boy, let's back up this direction. And then just Fugue to my heart's content. Getting flanked, I don't think it matters. Just keep hitting tab. So many orcs. One sec, I just got to check my messages real quick. Cool, all good. Yeah, I had to get the mummy nerfs meme going. Going to cut that situation out, because I wonder if other people know that. I did not know that. We got marked. I'm just going to pass turns, let people come to me rather than retreat. I think that's the play. Never punished. Still haven't found a hat. Lots of helmets, no hats. Okay, easy D11. We also haven't found any shops. Let's see if we found a shield. We have not. Hat. We have not. I mean, I can't complain really about the loot, but boy, we're really missing some critical items here. And now it says alarm traps are never loud enough when you want them to come. Just loud enough for everyone to converge at you at the worst moment. Yeah. Only bad when they're bad, never good when they're good. A mesmerism. We'll take that. Sure. That's pretty good with ranged, actually. If they get an attack off, it dazes everybody. Seems all right. Pow, pow, pew, pew. Get them. We're up to 57, almost 5,800 gold. There's magic regen. That's a big one. I don't need it now, but if we do actually transition fully into caster later, we'll be using that probably. Okay, flanked here a little bit. Luckily, neither of them have seen me. So we'll just reposition. Is that centaur throwing boomerangs rather than using his bow? What are you doing, mate? Dying, apparently. Dying a needless death. Okay. On D12, Tengu, Reaver. Bolt of Draining. We have resistances to everything here except Lightning Bolt. Heavy melee damage. And Reflect. Reflect. What's that called? I'm just completely blanking. Deflecting missiles. Oh, it's deflect. I thought that was rebound. Right? This shoots them back at me, doesn't it? It says deflecting missiles. I'm pretty sure it reflects them back at me. What do we want to do? Darts are offline for that, probably. I can keep him at range with Grave Claw, but hitting him with Mule ain't the thing. So I guess we go like that. And then we're going to Grave Claw about here so that both my things can hit him. Caustic Breath for good measure. He's not taking nearly enough damage. Could I Quicksilver? 14% to hit. Oof. Ice Blast never misses. What about Polymorph? 23% chance to become something scarier, probably. I'm not entirely sure what the play is here. We could Ice Blast. What resist does he have? None. No resist at all. We're most afraid of Lightning Bolt and then the Heavy Great Mace, I think. Do I want to go swiftness and back up? I think I do. Because his range is like 5, 7 on lightning bolt, 5 on the rest. I'm actually putting myself into range for lightning bolt, unfortunately. Let's look at deflect missiles. Okay, so it doesn't shoot them back. It's just evasion against all types of projectiles. That's why our chance to hit on Quicksilver is bad. Chance to hit on cannonades is going to be low as well for the same reason. I guess we could Ice Blast. Okay, we got there. It was not cheap. Double Manticore situation. I think we get more evocations. We're only at 3. Let's take it up to at least 5. Go from there. Yeah, AoE works. Does Cannonade even miss? I think it does. Short-lived. It doesn't say anything about targeting. Maybe they don't miss. I don't know. I assumed it was a chance to miss. I could be wrong. It's been a while. You don't remember? I don't either. I feel like it has a chance to miss, but I could totally be wrong. So Swift has worn off, and I am now sluggish. But we've got Dazed Manticore, which is good. Sweet. Got there. No problem. Yeah, interesting little vault here, huh? Like, this is the entrance, apparently. What in the world? Hey, we immediately get an evocable. We see LRD. Another curing pot, that's good. Can I just kill this guy? Nice. Oh, come on, game. At least he's dazed. I came around the corner and he immediately hits me. Let's get out in the open. Oh, the mesmerize went off is why he got dazed. Cool, cool. What's my chance on a dart? 0? 0% chance. Can we look at these guys targeting? It is a Hoarfrost bullet. It doesn't say anything about chance to hit here. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about chance to hit there either. I only have a 6% chance to hit this guy with my hand cannon. No, so I don't know anything about the targeting on Hoarfrost, actually, if it hits or not. The wiki says they always hit. Nice, so they're actually really good against this guy. So is Graveclaw, because it isn't a accuracy-based spell. Caustic Breath has a 53% chance to hit, which is why I keep missing with it. Okay, let's Gozag Potion Petition here. Heal Wounds, Berserk Rage, Haste Brilliance. Shoot. It would have been nice if Berserk Rage wasn't on that one. I could get Resistance and Might. Resistance helps quite a lot. I think that's the play. I'm going to Swiftness again and back up. Okay, am I within kill range? No, because I have the resists. We're getting close, though. Yeah, Gozag trolling, seriously. We have heal wounds. What else do we have? Do we have fog, maybe? I have fog. It's fog. Yeah, so we're absolutely within kill range here. So we're going to Potion Petition. Invisibility, Haste, Enlightenment. For 900? God, that's terrible. Gozag is really, really trolling me here. I wanted to go up, but fortunately, we're just going to heal wounds. What do I do? Teleport? Probably. Okay, got there. Wow, these Reavers are terrible for me right now. Just trying to heal up. Okay. That costs us more than 1,000 gold to survive that. Very lame. Very, very lame. You want to know another reason why I don't like ranged? There was an enemy that I could not hit, right? If I had summoning, it would have been a non-issue. You just summon a bunch of enemies and it kills them. So that's another good example of why summoning is better than ranged in general. But also things like Fireball would have worked, right? Your basic spells work in general. But ranged basically had a 0% chance to hit. Like 4% or something. Now I have no idea where this guy is going to be. Liquefaction. Probably not learning that. Just trying to clear the area around it. Finding an upstairs is good. Unfortunately, we're just going to take this upstairs, I think. Maybe we'll try to fight this. I could poison him. I just don't really want to be honest with you. In this position. Okay. Let's Graveclaw. I'm going to try it. And then D is Poisonous Vapors? No, he's not in range. Great. Chance to hit on a dart is still 0. Got to get the Gozag Premium Adventure Life Insurance? No kidding. Oh, Phantomir. Hello. That's a thing. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Maybe this is a thing. Do I step up and use Poisonous Vapors? I assume my Tengu died there, right? It doesn't say he did. At least not in red. Is my Tengu Reaver still alive? Weird. He could be standing right here. Polymorph him to see if it becomes something you can kill. The last one I looked at was a bad polymorph. Let's see. Shadow Dragon, Quicksilver, Black Draconian. Nah. If we hit him with Ice Blast, it probably gets the job done. My breath only has 50%. Oh, Graveclaw, probably, right? Graveclaw again and then do the thing. Wow, I do not like those guys. Let's get more evocations, up to 7, since we have the mirror now. Hey, we got a buckler. Buckler's better than nothing. This is fine. I think we're going to put it on. Excuse me. We're going to pick up 3.5 block with no training. So we can train that up pretty quickly. I think it's the play. We can do these at the same time. We'll go to about 4 on shields for buckler. We'll do them both at the same time. It's fine. We're not in a rush. Okay, armor we're not using. There's a nice ring, maybe. I think we pulled this top bit. LRD. Stone Golem. 64 damage. Right. Can we blind you? 98 to hit, 0 to blind. Good stuff. Curare, very high chance. Let's get out of here. We don't want to be knocked back in that corner. That was terrible. And I'll set up cannons for him. Come find me, bro. Where you at? Oh, come on. Yell. Do I have noise scroll? Noise scroll. Wow. Wow, come on. Game? Why? Okay. Well, chance to hit, 90%. Got the Curare. This guy's less scary now that I'm away from the walls. Can we charm anybody? 45. Clever girl indeed. Trying to fool one guy, and apparently there's trolls on this floor. Who would have thought? I could resummon Hoarfrost. It's kind of in a bad position. Or I could do Swiftness and kind of run up and around. Stay away from the walls. Whoa! Just took a chunk. 64. I'm within kill range. Again. We have no, like, blink scrolls or anything like that. Do I potion petition here? %70 to hit me. That's pretty freaking bad. I'm still swift. I think I'm going to potion petition. We got heal wounds, curing, magic, berserker rage. That gets us out of here. Invisibility, might, haste, enlightenment ain't the thing. Unfortunately, I've got to take berserk rage because we have to heal. Berserk rage is quite good for, you know, boosting health. And we go around the corner with our swiftness and berserk. I don't know if they stack. Let's find out. Yeah, big heal. Okay, cannonade again. Wow, did I screw up? How much to bribe a branch? 3,000, but it does not work on enemies that already see you. No, I don't think it's Mind Burst. Because both of them can hit me right now. Yeah, we screwed up here, folks. This is a mistake. A misplay. And I do not have blinks. It's about 50% chance to charm. $3d18. Blocked 3 times by armor. So this guy does less damage. If I was going to charm, it would be this guy. I think we Gozag here. Again. Because I could heal wounds. I think it's heal wounds or it's Gozag. Gozag, we'd be looking for haste and healing optimally. Invisibility would work. What's the actual amount on heal wounds? Doesn't say, does it? I want to say it's around 30. It's like only just enough by itself. Can their attacks be avoided by fog? Yes, but fog takes 1 turn to put up enough clouds to block line of sight. So I probably should have popped fog back here-ish. That was the misplay. Cancellation does cancel slow, berserk, etc. Vulnerability works for the charming wand. Makes it more effective. But I don't think we have time for that. Can poison break line of sight? No, I believe it doesn't. Right? I'm pretty sure it does not. Or no, I'm sure it doesn't. Yeah, I think I've used enough of them to say with confidence that he can see through that. Fire a mule into the wall to trigger knockback. You could do that. Yeah, the problem is that I'm slow, right? So anything I do is 50% longer. So if I wanted to knock back, I could step. I don't see why that would be any worse because all actions are slower. So stepping is better than using mule to move. So even if I stepped, I could get here before he reacts. But he's going to get a turn to move and then a 50% chance to throw a rock at me, more or less. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea. Gozag potion does cost an action, yep. I think it's the best action, though. Guys, I'm going to take a 30-second break, run to the bathroom. Keep talking. Give me ideas. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think potion petition's the way. There are several potions here that can help. And the best potion I have right now is a potion of healing. We're going to hope to get that from Gozag. We could get invisibility, which would help. Haste would help. I think that's the play. Okay. We got curing magic heal wounds. That's the play. So it's at least better than drinking the pots myself. So we'll do that. Now do we fog? I believe we fog here. It's going to take, they're going to get one turn. I am in kill range still. Right? 64 damage. So I could drink a healing. I could walk into that hallway. As a matter of fact, no, he can still hit me. If I step here, they can both still hit me. He took a step instead of attacking. Actually, they both did, didn't they? Probably this guy throws the rock next turn, so I think I need to heal pot here. Because he probably throws it. Actually, if I step here, he can't throw a rock at me. Boy, that feels bad, though. Because this troll does 27 plus 2 times 20 in melee, which is bad. Well, what a conundrum we've got ourselves in. I wish I had, like, butterflies or summoning or something. Something else. Yeah, 45 to charm. That's pretty bad. Scroll of TP, then Ambrosia, Red Eye says. Maybe. I think we got to heal one more time before we TP. Because if we don't heal, we can be killed this turn. So I think I'm going to straight up heal wounds. Nobody attacked me. Now I'm going to teleport. And then I'm going to go Caustic Breath. Yes, let's think about this. I could also Quicksilver. 100%. That probably kills this guy. Okay. Nobody attacked me. Atropa, no chance to blind. We knew that. No more Curare darts. Do we Mind Burst? 33%. Better to do Quicksilver. Or Ice Blast even. I feel like we're out of the thick of it here though. 66 versus 3d11. Pretty close to the same. This Quicksilver's better though. He actually isn't going to attack me next turn. I'm going to Breath. That's going to make a cloud here, which means he won't step into melee. He does, however, throw a rock at me. Because I'm slow, so he got that extra turn. He's very unlikely to throw again next turn. Right? Did I kill him? I killed him and teleported at the same time. There we go. Ooh, boy. I thought that we had a good chance of dying there. Honestly. And we used up all of our healing pots, unfortunately. We used 2,000 gold, probably. Ah, gee whiz. That was painful. This ring better be good. That's all I have to say about that. I mulched one of my darts. And the ring's bad. Fly, R poison, evasion, negative int, negative dex. So those are two things we want. Womp womp. Well, you can't win them all. At least we didn't die. I'm not going to complain too hard. My God. Ring of Rim Shot. Man, oh, that was my luck for the day, wasn't it? All right. D13 can't be harder than that, right? 2 Tengu Reavers and Stone Giant? Jesus. Let's Breath here. I can hit most of them. Let's Fugue. Ooh, take care. What about something like Charming on these guys? Would that be good? 45%. He is in melee. Let's do it. And then we'll step away. Let's go up. Come down somewhere else. Huh. Random ring. Okay, we're down a stairwell. Okay. We have no lightning resist. Let's back up. So we can cast Hoarfrost Cannon in here. And then wait till he comes around the corner, lock him down, and blast him. Nice. Good stuff. Where are you going? Where'd he go? Dancing +5 longsword. Just tabbing away. We need to find blink scrolls. That needs to be a priority, I think. Because blink scrolls would have solved that problem. There's Torment. There's Immolation. Womp womp. Oof. Okay. How much do you throw for? Less? Stone giants are worse than cyclopses. Noted. And he's standing in water, which I think doesn't affect large creatures, right? Probably. Let's just step away from that. Yeah. On the centaurs, I think that's the way. We don't have flying. I'm going to use the daze to body block there. The dazed slime. Charming, 46. We miss. Double miss. I'm going to swiftness. Run for the stairs. Or at least in that direction. Cover my escape. Nice. Good enough. Maybe? Another dancing weapon. What is this floor? This is so weird. Just miscast a few times. Yeah, I'm definitely still a little bit shook from the last fight there. Okay, we get blinking. This is huge. We get armor. We'll take that. A couple identify scrolls. We'll take those too. This is really good. I'll save these ones for later. Poison for later. Sure. We're going to spend 414 to get blinking online. We got 3 of them. So huge. Huge upgrade now. You love to see it. I guess we'll go back to... No, I think we'll stick with scrolls. Hey, we picked the acquirement scroll. Huge. And fear. Let's see what the other shops hold. There's heal wounds. We're absolutely buying that. We're buying box of beasts, I think. We'll mark Telly and fog. And this. And maybe polymorph for later. Unknown potion. We'll just go ahead and buy that. This is why we take Gozag. Because sometimes you get lucky and find a ton of shops. We haven't found any all game, and we get them all at once, I guess, huh? 2 acquirements? That's right. That is right. Ring of Protection, Ring of Wizardry. I don't think we want any of this. That's okay. 2 more shops. More identification. We'll take it. Mark these ones. More blinking scrolls? Yeah, we'll just take them. Pair of polished boots. I believe I just have basic boots. Yeah. So I think we'll grab that. Can't wear anything else. Rampage, negative C, negative strength, earth. Womp womp. Yeah, this is just straight bad. Okay. Let's use the requirements then, I suppose. And then we'll use our enchant armors, and we're going to be a lot better off. There's a hat. It's not a hat we really need. Ring of Slaying is interesting. Gold's always good on Gozag, of course. Do we want Ring of Slaying? We don't have anything in the hat slot, though, which makes this hard to pass up. It's 3 AC. The strength is kind of meaningless. The corrosion is meaningless. But 3 AC is good when you've only got 14. That's quite an increase. I think it's this hat. It's not optimal, but yeah, we need a hat. We need that armor. Other requirement is better buckler. I mean, we're probably not using buckler for all that long, but Dex plus 3 isn't bad. This is defense and offense. More blocking, more shielding. Not using Spider Talisman. We could take the gold. Is the gold better in the long run? I don't know, really. We just used a ton of gold. Like, we're down 4,000 gold from the last floor. It's quite a lot. And I think realistically, we're going to be picking up a kite shield and snake really soon. Some kind of Kite Shield of Reflect or Resistance would be better than this, probably. So I think we're going to take the gold. But what I'm going to do instead is not pick anything for the time being. Because we have enough gold to Potion Petition twice. Probably. Buckler seems good to you, Red Eye. It's +1 shield, +3 dex. So it's not bad. Is it worth 700 gold? I don't know. I really am not sure on that one. You think shields lower attack delay for ranged? I don't think so. Less encumbrance on armor does. The dex does, yes. Like dex will give me more damage. It also gives me potentially more EV. Let me look at it again. If we actually put it on, we would get 1.4 shield. So we go up to 6 shield, actually. And EV increases by a bit. And that's it, essentially. I mean, these things are meaningful. That's a pretty big shield increase. Yeah, okay. It's a small increase, but so is 700 gold at this stage in the game. We'll take it. I think you're right. I think it's worth taking. A centaur comes into view. No, don't keep removing. Try again. Nothing better to put on. Okay, we're up to 17 AC. That's a pretty big jump. We've got something in every slot, at least. Kite Shield has 2 times as much encumbrance. Yes. More than, actually. Encumbrance is 10 on Kite Shields, and Buckler, it is 5. Okay, you're right. I thought it was 4 for some reason. You're right. It's double. But we're still going to use a Kite Shield probably at some point, I think. I almost always find myself using Kite Shields mid to late game. Ugh, what does this guy have? Ice Blast. Okay. So many centaurs on this floor. I do not like it. I think I'm going to box a beast here. As we level up my evocations, it'll cool down faster and so on. Chance to hit, 68 on the slow. Let's do it. We miss. Ice Blast. Ice Blast again. Okay, got there. Pick up more Ice Blast, 5 charges. Why? Go away, centaurs. There are too many of you. They just keep coming. What do you have? Ice Blast? Curare tip darts. Don't mind if I do. Hey, Plank, welcome to the stream. Oh god, mouse use? Yeah, mouse use. What, are you crazy? I am big on mouse. It's faster. Using mouse plus keyboard is faster. Fight me. Okay, this guy has lightning. I don't have lightning resist. Centaurs resent being killed with a gun named Mule. That's fair. I got the Mule off a Centaur actually yesterday. So Centaurs never forget and all that. Okay, blocked my escape path. That's kind of lame. Chance to hit with Curare is low. Mind Blast is high. Sure. And then Mule. Wow. Okay, what do you have? Just melee. Just a Dire Flail, 29 damage. That's not too scary. Lock you down and blow you up. I think we're going to keep going evocations, honestly. We're picking up more and more of them. We're at 131 max HP, is pretty good. Plank says, I will fight you, then hit X and plus on numpad to inspect stuff faster. That's fair. There's some small wins there. Necropose, to follow up on Dungeon Mans, I think a lot of it is just the super low cortisol gaming, and I suffer a bit from anxiety. That's fair. That's what Caves of Cud is for me. Like when I want a more chill game, something I can slow down on a bit and be less stressed, it's Caves of Cud. We'll go 9 on evocations. Mouse is just comfortable. Dude, we just picked up 6 Curare darts there. Big deal. Hey, Hugo, welcome to the stream. There is a first part to this run. Yes, this is part 2. It might be a little hard to find, actually, because I have delisted it for the time being. For reasons. Let me see here. I'll just link it in chat. There you go. There's part 1 in chat. I will have them all posted later. Okay, we got some kind of little vault here, it looks like. Okay, that day's paid off. None of them were able to combine, so I'm happy about that. Not too scary, I don't think. Let's go up and around, keep looking for more enemies. I'm sure there are more. What do we want to do? We've probably cleared out enough of this area to go Fugue of the Fallen. Knockback, fire, knockback, fire, knockback. Please go away. What a scary floor. The last floor was scary too. These nasty vaults, man. Some more charming. This is the tile of the Marks Draconian, indeed. 100% mouse use is super comfy. Needing a numpad is one of the things I dislike about certain roguelikes, since I prefer to keep my desk nice and tidy. Yeah, I use both. I use numpad to move usually. And then, like, I have my keyboard on the left hand, mouse on the right, obviously. But I use it like that pretty consistently. And then I switch back and forth between mouse and numpad. Just kind of do whatever feels best in the moment. That's the kind of way I play. Okay, so I've blocked both my escapes. Let's recast. That works. So we're going to pull like this. Okay, let's pull out of this room and do it, like start over, basically. I don't like the slow. Caustic Breath works. It's pretty good. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. If you don't use a numpad, you're cosplaying a PC user. I am a PC user. What are you talking about? What do you play on, Plank? Oh, you mean Mac, probably. Using Mac in 2026. What are we doing? That's what I have to say about that. Like, I build my own computers. Always have. So Mac is just off the table. Not even slightly interested. That's my opinion on that. I have stronger opinions if you want to hear them, but not in stream, probably. Keyboard with numpad, smallest possible one I could find with Mogril switches. Interesting. I'm not sure on that term. Must be something handy, though. I like the idea. Little switches that do different things or change the function of keys, I'm guessing. I'll have to look into it. Yeah, Marks Draconian, that's what we're doing. We're an Artificer that changed to a Marks Draconian. How about that? Jade Panda switches. You guys talking about things I don't know. Which I like. Let me know what that is. If I should look into getting one, maybe. I don't know. Go away, you. Summon friends. Let's do Fugue. Okay, let's get in better position here. And then Caustic Breath is good here against the non-caustic enemies. We'll just do Graveclaw to kill this guy. Seems good. Evocation is to 9. Okay, do we go fighting here probably? I think so. Probably up to like 11-ish. Switches are the keys on mechanical keyboards. What? They have different sounds and feels when they click? Oh, interesting. You know, I bought this nice mechanical keyboard years ago because I like the feedback. And it's like the worst thing I could have ever done for live streaming or videoing at all, right? Because I have to use filters and like noise suppression utilities and things like this to make it sound okay. Make videos. It's annoying. About as annoying as this stupid boulder beetle, huh? Go away, broski. Ugh, getting drained? This vault has all kinds of things, including gloves, a rapier of Aralek RF willpower. We do have orbs of fire this game, so this is relevant, potentially. On the Switch, of course. We got +2 pair of gloves over 0. Yep, that's an upgrade. Oh, we have 2 identify scrolls. Oh, we also have the enchant scrolls, which I'm glad I didn't use on the gloves. As a side note, potion of magic, kind of irrelevant. If you take the keycaps off your keyboard and you have a mechanical one, you'll see the switch underneath. But is it something I can actually switch off? You're saying? I don't think it is on mine. I'd be surprised if that were the case. Not saying you're wrong, I don't know. McGrill is just a meme for magnetic switch keys which make use of magnets for the Hall effect. Oh, okay. If you mule a boulder beetle, it should fly around like a pinball. You know, mule on the boulder beetle is actually a self nerf, right? Because you get the knockback and it gets a chance to roll again. So kind of bad. Okay. Wow. D12 and D13 are rough. Tengu. I don't want to fight all these things, I don't think. And so we're just going to pass a turn and take this guy up. Yep, because that guy's kind of scary at this stage of the game. And Tengu's not without its threat as well. Int ring instead of see invisible, I imagine, is good. Just make my spells a little bit better. You've got a Necropos says he has a $300 keyboard. I don't know what I paid for mine, but I've bought this thing 5-6 years ago probably. Everything was so much cheaper back then. I looked at upgrading RAM recently. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the news, but Jesus. I paid like $80 or something for my RAM back in the day, and it was top of the line RAM, more or less. And you can't even buy this quality of RAM for less than like $120, $150 nowadays. It's crazy. Let's see. Just catching up on chat. You can hot switch your keyboard, so you just take them out and put them in without issue. Okay, neat. Maybe I'll look into that. 170 words per minute. You do a lot of data entry for work. 170 is pretty good. AI data centers have made computer parts super expensive for RAM and GPUs especially. Yeah, AI data centers, before that, the crypto miners and all that kind of stuff. Everybody buying up my computer parts. We are yellow drained for a decent chunk. That's a bit unfortunate. Pack of ugly things. No trouble. With Mule, making short work of them. Summon small mammal on D14? Oof. Is there any spell that we should be getting right now? I don't see anything that jumps out at me here. What do you guys think, chat? We could, excuse me, we could be going for Splinter Frost. That's a thing. It would be easy enough to get to as well at 87%. Ice and Forgecraft, we're already doing that for the cannonades, so maybe? Inaba says, magnetic is relevant for me as it allows a second trigger of the same key without having to debounce. Okay, saves a lot of stamina when I'm playing 35 notes per second. You're making music, or you're talking about your rhythm games, notes per second? Red Eye asking, are you talking about a musical keyboard for MIDI or a typing keyboard? Yeah, let us know what you're talking about, Inaba. Yeah, rhythm gaming. Okay, I figured you were talking about that. 35 notes a second? I assume you're exaggerating because that's too much. That's too much. That's probably okay. Yep, 16. Cool. We feel stronger. Womp womp. We're up at 24 int with our ring, though. Yeah, they're over here playing Rushy. That's right. Didn't you know you're supposed to have AI to play Rushy nowadays? That's what everybody else is doing. Apparently. If you search YouTube videos for Rushy. Not everybody. I'm being a little negative on the topic. Don't let me get to you too much. Stealth is at 6. That's a good place to be. We could take shields up a little bit. Or we could go for Splinter Frost. I don't know. I'm kind of in a place where I'm not sure where to go next. I think shields to 6 is a decent thing to do, even with a buckler. Inaba says, music? What's this? Fly to the Bumblebee? Yeah. World record any percent. Boy, Fly to the Bumblebee nowadays almost feels slow after seeing all the variants on Rush E and people playing, essentially with multiple hands, using computers to make it work and so on. Okay, we'll go shields for a bit. I'm just not sure where to go next. Hopefully I find something. Like, we could go into Earth, I guess. We have a 0 app. We could go Lee's. We're probably not getting Shatter Online with low int. Like, I don't think that's worth going that direction. We could go Ignite Poison, but the Mule is just better right now. I don't know. We haven't picked up spells I like this game. Like, almost at all, actually. What do you have? +0 Buckler, lightning damage, 57-ish, 51% to hit. So it's a coin flip for both of us. But I could lock you down. And then I could hand cannon you. And that feels pretty good. Yes, Ozo's armor is broken by any form of movement, even if it's from your own doing, right? Or from Mule or whatever. Oof, I didn't expect him to have a bunch of friends around the corner. I guess we'll just step back into the open-ish. Miscast a couple times, as you do. Let's step up. Curare has a 50-something% chance. We could lock you down first. Okay. I got the daze. So I guess we'll go... Ooh, this guy needs to die. Caustic Breath. This direction? Yep. Blast you. Oh, now we got him too? Man, oh man. What is this little vault? I did not expect so many enemies here. We're going to Swiftness. And now we're going to carefully step in such a way that the Cyclops can't hit me. I think. Can we get the Necromancer? Yup. Then we're just going to go back up. Reset. No reason to fight that any further. No, don't go down there. Silence, enchant armor, curing, fear, paralyzer with 42% chance. Okay, let's just kind of go this way. Get out to the open. They go invisible. I summon friends. Ah, that's a real bummer that this guy came around the corner. Invis guy here-ish. So we'll Caustic Breath that direction. I did not get experience. Hey, DGQ, welcome to the stream. By the way, learning shields from 5 to 6 and 7 to 8 very drastically raises the chance to block in S branches and V. Yeah, I like to sit around 6 for bucklers in particular. Which orb did this run get? Orb of Fire. Splinter is Pog against... Oh, oofs. That's a good point. It actually is. Very good spell. So maybe we do go that direction. DG thinks silence is huge. It is with Mule, isn't it? Actually. That's not a little vault. No, it's a lot bigger than I expected. Like I just popped my head in here. I saw a single pyromancer and I thought this is fine. And then all his friends came. Okay. So what is the play here? I'm a bit worried about the ranged enemy if I get paralyzed. I've got a bunch of enlightenments. Let's pop one. Now we can fly, which means we can step over water without being slow. Separately, I'm slow. What about charming, this guy up here? 51. We miss. Step. Step. Okay, we got days off on Centaur. That's huge. And I've got somebody chatting with me down here. Hey, it's a ogre mage, right? An ogre mage. See if I can get my grammar correct here. So I could ice blast here. Ogre mage is standing right there. I did not kill. He's now standing here. Want a flame? Got the kill. And we're just going to walk away. Sweet, that worked just fine. 6 shields or 7. 6, 7, and Ava says. You memeing over here? I'm trying to meme in my stream. Okay, we don't have any breaths, so gotta be careful. Step, step. Get some help. Garg. How bad's Garg here? Not terrible. Not something I really want to be in melee with, I gotta say. I think I beat Cyclops pretty easily. There's shields to 6. Okay, DGQ, still talking about bucklers. The point I was trying to make is that having 5 or 6 skill buckler gives negligible block chance. Raising it to 8 makes a chance to block much better, even with buckler. Why do you say that? Because the way block chance rolls against HD. And you put the math in here, didn't you, actually? Up above? Didn't you? Or am I blind? Oh yeah, here it is. 1 over constant plus skill scaling. I mean, I'm not against just taking your word because it's cheap enough to train up to 8. It also helps with my spell chance. I'll let Wagon know we're streaming again. So I could see taking it to 8, sure, and then working on Ice and Forgecraft. So the chance to hit, you're saying, is based on HD, and the more the skill goes up, the lower the HD roll effectively is. Diminishing returns, but in reverse. With low skill, you get very low return. Do you have the math on that? If you could throw the math in the chat, that would be very much appreciated. I'd like to have a look at that. I think we're going to get Splinterbrush Shell on instead, because we're still going to Orc first. And we'll probably come back around to shields up to 8 based on that. I believe you. I just want to see the math so that I can really get a grasp on that. Let's see. Forgecraft is still the cheaper of the two between it and Ice. Let's take Forgecraft up to 8, and we'll kind of just go back and forth here. Rakshaka. Rakshasha. Sasha? Anyway, that guy down there. Kind of pull out all the stops. Boy, we missed a bunch here, didn't we? And it works. Just keep attacking. Almost dead, but not. Boop. He blinked away again. Would you die, please? Apparently that dude has a pretty good chance to dodge, is my guess. Okay, well, can we get an easy D15? Because these last 3 floors have been less than easy. We open up with a Banisher that has 50% chance to banish. Freaking awful. At least we have stealth, right? That's why we train stealth. Okay, so we are going to pop willpower. We've got a roar, horrible gurgling sound, so all these guys are coming. So we'll just pop willpower right away. I think, actually, is the Invis guy this occultist? Almost certainly. These see Invis, do they not? Yes. Okay, that's helpful. And I don't think Box of Beast does see Invis. I could swap a ring on, though. Swap it in for intelligence, probably. Okay, there he is. You are history, he says. 18%. That's still pretty high. Can I blind him? Not really. Oh. What do I do? Do I just blast him with something? You know, we can do Mind Burst. We could do Quicksilver. 57% chance to hit. Really don't want to be banished right now, but XL16 isn't the worst case scenario for Abyss. We probably go in on Abyss 3, maybe even 2. Not sure. Somewhere around there. It's obviously a bit early, but it'd be okay. Caustic Breath is out. I think we're going to Quicksilver here. Cool. Got him with the Mule. Okay, resummon our friends. Forgecraft up to 8. So we'll go back to Ice. Take Ice up to like 7, probably. Yeah, the knockback is like a free movement, right? And it just gives us free turns periodically, which works especially well with ranged. So we just got marked. I guess I'll just go stand on the steps. Now the problem is I don't want to use Mule against this guy. If I slow him, it's okay. Ah, Distortion Trap got me. Let's knock back. It's pretty good. We'll just take these guys upstairs, I guess. Knock back. And Mystic Blast plus Mule is also very good, I've been finding. Just tabbing away. Tab, tab, tab. All the way back. This is surely a shapeshifter, right? Yep. Okay, here's Depth's entrance, so we got to watch for something coming out of this little cubby here. Do we just start blasting? Ice Magic to 7. I think we run away from these guys now. I do have one dazed, so we'll have a look. Ice at 6, Forgecraft down at, or 8 rather. 8 cost, and Forgecraft at 6.4, so we'll go Forgecraft. And we'll take that up to about 10. Let's have a look at our spells. This is still at 82. Cool, got him to split. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, who's in here? More slimes, you say. Of course, the worst possible position for my Hoarfrost. I did not put the ring back on. Good call. Thank you, Lontrex. Whoops. That'll help with my percent chance to cast. So it goes down to 65. That's pretty good. We're getting there. Anything else? Still not really. Somebody said silence was a good idea. Like, I could see it. We got a bad hexes app. We've already trained a little bit of air, though, so it wouldn't be terrible. That was it. It was all slimes. So we got depths open. More shapeshifters. More blinking scrolls. More centaurs and slimes. Always more centaurs and slimes. Luckily, the build we have right now is pretty good against slimes, actually. Morning Star of Protection is something that I would have used on a pure caster. I generally like things of protection. Okay, so I guess now, let's just check our shops real quick, and then we're going to go into orc. Just checking my notifications real quick, making sure nobody wants my attention. I don't think we need any of this. Tremor stones we could pick up. I don't know. I'm not a big fan in general. We've got 2,700 gold. Let's go orc. We'll see what the shops have there. And then we'll go from there. You know, I gotta say, this has been one of my slower games in quite a long time. It was a slow start, and I think ranged is probably slower, at least for me, because I'm not used to playing it, than spellcasting and summoning is. I don't know why. If that's the case, I'm just not used to it. Boy, does it ever feel slow. I mean, we are playing slow to, you know, because I'm trying to streak here. So I do generally play a little slower than the average player, probably. Okay. Let me just reassess the situation. I've got one more downstairs up top. And Ava says, I'm very guilty of never picking up silence. Pro tip, just hold the tab button. Yeah. Like, I could, but playing it safe here is probably the way that I'm going to go. And here's why. Distortion trap, alarm trap, right off screen, so I can't even see if it's about to happen. Plus mule to knock me off stairs. This is probably fine, but we're not going to do it. And I'm going to blame that on streaker mindset there, primarily. Okay, what do we get? We get Dimensional Saw Blades. That's Forgecraft. Not a spell I've ever been a big fan of. I know Oni likes this quite a lot. Maybe we'll mark it. Ignition, but I don't have fire. Irradiate is already at 22%. Definitely. This pairs with range so well. If they get into melee, blow them up. So I think we're just going to get that. What else we got? Malign Gateway. We're pretty far away from that. I do have some translocations. No summoning. Meph Cloud. Probably not at this stage. Percussive Tempering. Now that is interesting, considering how far we are into Forgecraft. It's at 1% fail rate. It's 4d8. Do we get this? This is a spell I've used like once, and I used it with, what's it called? Hellfire Mortar. And it was okay. Hellfire Mortar is already powerful enough. You don't need this. But using this on my little Hoarfrost cannons could be good. Using it on Saw Blades could be good. I don't know. Splinterfrost Shell, it might work on that too, just to get an explosion. What does this check? Just armor, I assume. Curious. Level 5, straight Forgecraft. What do we think here? Is this a good idea? I think it might be. And then Ignition is probably fully offline right now. Yeah. I don't think we're probably doing that. So Radiate, we're definitely getting. Percussive Tempering, I think we get that. Anybody have opinions? on those two. Necropos says, I'm uncomfortably excited for Lands of Akara. I enjoyed Path of Akara. I will absolutely try Lands. I haven't read much into it, but I'm going to play it. Like, I enjoy the first one quite a bit, so. Nazja's is a nice Forgecraft thing, says Lontrax. Okay, awesome with Saw Blades, yep. Confirming what I was kind of thinking. So we might go that direction. You just played with it, says the Ahana. Good with Saw Blades, good with B. I don't have B right now. Golem. I could use it on my little towers, though. Oni's evaluation of stuff can be wild to some, says Inaba. Yes, I do disagree on some things, but for the most part, I think they've done a good job. Like in the sense that I agree with most of the things. Everybody can have their own opinions, of course. You blame Sawblade for being meh due to Oni. Was it really good when it came out? Like, I've never played with it when it was that exciting, I don't think. Lontrax says go all forge. Tempering is just a good smite target, unavoidable AoE. Well, I can't complain about that. Alongside the repair and buff. I forgot it repaired. I knew it buffed. Okay, we'll buy both these. They're cheap. The question is, do you learn them immediately? And I think probably yes to both. We've got 14 spell levels. Where is it? There it is. It's 1%. Meanwhile, we'll train up some alchemy to 4, probably, to get Irradiate online. I'm going to turn Forgecraft off for the time being, just for that reason. We'll get that online. Everything else is very online. So this is solid. So we're going to go Hoardfrost Cannon and then Percussive Tempering, I think, and just see how it goes. It's basically like an empowerment to the Forgecraft, right? But I don't know how much. What does it do? It increases hit dice, I think. This doesn't say exactly, but I think it increases hit dice by like 4-ish. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's like not a ton, but it's also not like it's meaningful. It's a meaningful amount. Also nice to have the blades. You can only cast it once per thing. So you can cast it once on one blade and then once on a Hoarfrost Cannon, say. Okay, that's good to know. Poison RF ring. The RF is meaningful against oofs. Nope on that. I guess if we want more decks, I don't know. Okay, we are on mines too, so this is going to be the main show. And actually, I think I want to go in the main gate so I can retreat. Okay. Of course, nobody's coming. That's awkward. So I'm just going to shoot. What's your chance to confuse? More than I'd like. Hello, you. Let's just step up here, and then we'll use Tempering. Okay, got the kill on him. Let's see. So we've got 3D10, 21. 3D10, 21 versus 3D7, 15. So it's like a... What is that? That's like a 40% increase-ish on the damage. That's pretty meaningful. Yeah, I like that. You can cast it twice. It just takes like 5 turns for the buff to wear off. Cool. Okay, good to know. Each blade, each cannon. Sweet. DGQ coming in with the mask. Thank you for that. They say, I went back to the keyboard to type. To block rolls... Okay, this is 2 block math for people who weren't around when we were talking about shields. And the question was, do we level up shields from 6 to 8? Here's the math. 2D, parentheses, 0.66 times shield, minus 1, against 1D monster to hit, which is usually about 30 for melee and 40 for ranged in mid-game. If your shield is very low, this is -1 to the roll, and it actually takes a huge part. So it's going from 6 to 8, which makes you go from about 8.5% to 13.5%, which is massive. Just to be clear, those are chance to block, right? 8.5 to 13.5 chance to block. Which if it is, that's more than 50% increase. So that's an example roll against the Yaktor. It'd be something like 12 to 18% against regular Naga. Very interesting. I'm going to screenshot that. Thank you for bringing the math. And yeah, I'll do something with that. But I'll tell you what, that's a 50% increase, you're saying, from 6 shield to 8 shield on a buckler, which is obviously huge. Like, you're not turning down a 50% increase for something so cheap. I'm on board. Count me in. After we do a radiate, we'll do shields. Okay, I'm just going to back up for the time being. Let Hoarfrost do some of the work against these guys. Can I Najas? Yep, it gets the kill. Gozag coming in clutch on some of those dazes. Okay, here's a question for you. If I Najas on this Hoarfrost, right, the number of shots is a health-related question on these cannons. So if I heal, does it have more shots? I assume it will. I'm not going to heal that one, but I assume that's how it works. Let's find out. If there were enough enemies to do the experiment, that is. Oh, I could have right there. Shoot. I got to pay more attention to the number of shots on my allies here. I'll do the test. I assume it gets more shots if I heal it. That'd be cool. Okay, we can test it. Maybe. Nope. Let's back up. Okay, it's shot 3 times. Now we're going to heal. 1, 2, no. So I don't think it did get extra shots. I think we probably want a little more alchemy here, up to 5. Let's just check. 12%? Yeah, let's get that more online. And then let's look at our spell. Consume part of themselves for every shard they fire. If they survive to fire their final salvo without interference, it'll be extra powerful. So it must be hard locked to 5, is my guess. It looks like you can't heal it for that purpose. Okay, DGQ is saying it's like 60% more blocks versus 42 hit roll. So that's the Yakatar, right? 60% more blocks. That's huge. Okay, so does Kite Shield have a breakpoint like that? Right? You're talking breakpoints for bucklers right now, right? So does Kite Shield have something where it gets like you can level it 2 more times to get 60% more blocks or something? Because usually I find myself using Kite Shields. Probably most people do. Ah, the paralyze. Shoot. At least that guy doesn't perma mutate anymore. Grows weak and slow upon taking damage. Anybody else in here? No. Okay. Pretty easy orc too. Yeah, thanks for the math on that, DGQ. Appreciate that. We'll pick up these pots. We'll pick up ID scroll. We'll mark Box of Beasts for later. Cloak of Willpower. Boots of Flying, Gloves of Dex. Well, that's certainly interesting. I have Scrolls of Enchantment, so I could enchant up the Gloves of Dex to get 3 more Dex that way. I'm also low on Willpower. So I could see taking Willpower Cloak, maybe? Currently, I've got Arpoise on the Cloak. And I've got an Arpoise Ring, but I don't really have a good slot for it. Yeah, I don't know. I want that willpower, but do I want it bad enough to lose a ring over it? DG says, also your dex makes a big difference for bucklers, especially to raise shield. Why more so on bucklers? You don't have to answer this. Don't feel obliged. I can look into the math later. The skill part is somewhat small. The dex is more meaningful, I guess what you're saying. Wega thinks gloves give 6 dex. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 3. It could be some other armor slot gives 6, but I don't think so. I think of dex is 3. Of int is the same. Unless it's on a ring, right? A dex ring gives 6. Yeah, so what's the deal here? This says increased AC, decrease. AC decreased by 2. Yeah, that makes sense. EV increased by 0.5, shield increased by 0.4, going up to 7. DG, so if you like to use bucklers, picking up dex rings and gloves can help you hit this 8 to 9 shield much easier. Okay, so clarify this. Is the target 8 to 9 shielding, not 8 to 9 skill? I was misunderstanding maybe. I was thinking we were leveling up to 8 skill. You're talking about hitting the number 8 on the shielding. Is that right? It sounds like it. So every little bit of dex matters. Obviously, 3 more dex here is worth 0.4. So that's pretty meaningful. How many scrolls of enchant do I have? 4? I think that's worth. Yeah. It's cheap as chips. The only question I have is if this cloak is worth it for a second pip of willpower. I mean, it would be quite nice. We're popping enlightenment every time we see a banisher or a paralyzer or whatever. So you got to have poison resist though. Let's go gloves first and have a look at this. We'll put this on with capital W. I feel agile. Still wearing base boots as well. So I could enchant the boots. I haven't found any others, right? Oh, I do have +1 boots of flying. Yeah, so these are just strictly better, aren't they? Okay, so we'll buy those. We now fly, and I will enchant those. Boop. So now we're up to 21 AC. Pretty solid, really. Okay, so we have 1 pip of willpower. Could we get rid of a different ring? If I can get rid of a ring to put on poison resist, I can put on willpower. What does intelligence look like? We're currently sitting at 11, and Splinter Frost is at 58. We'll switch over to poison. We go to 16 on irradiate. And 73. I mean, this is offline anyway. And irradiate was offline too. It was getting there. I think we do. I think the willpower is a bigger deal right now than a bit of int. Okay, so this is where we're sitting. 2 pips of will, missing our elect, but we have the ability to switch into a weapon with will and Arlec, actually. But we lose our ranged weapon, so we'd have to be doing the Forgecraft thing, I guess, at that point. Okay, well... Oh, do we want the box of beasts? That's the other thing. Honestly, I think I'm going to save the gold, because I think we're going to want to bribe some branches. And it's probably better than +1 more box of beasts, I think. I can always pick it up later, of course. Just get the knockback on these guys. Get the AoE. Nice. Good stuff. Looks like we have 1 upstairs to explore. Okay, here's where our willpower is going to come into relevance. Only a 13% chance to paralyze. What are our S branches? Tin is good against spider. We have swamp and snake today. So, you know, snake could be good for picking up a kite shield of some kind, for example. What do we do here? I think I might swiftness actually, so I can kind of dance back around this, percussion this. Try not to get paralyzed. Whoops. See, I do that. Step back and then do the knockback thing. It's pretty good. Okay, alchemy 6 is the cost. Conjurations is 6. Let's take alchemy up a bit more. I'm more likely to use that than conjurations at this point. To get a radiate online. Then we'll just tab. Sweet. That's a work. Easy peasy. Okay, just one more check over our shops, and then we'll go into Swamp, I think. Yeah, the only question, I guess, is Saw Blades. It's at 56%. But we're going to be leveling Forgecraft for Splinter Shell. I don't know. I have really mixed feelings about this. We can always come back. It's not online right this second, so let's go Snake first. We'll see if we can find a better shield. Immediately paid off with a shop. Careful, we've got electricity. Not just one shop, 4 shops. Huge. We'll take the identify scrolls for sure. You think blades are worth it with the Najas thing? You're a big fan of Forgecraft, aren't you? Lontrex. I get the impression you're just like, Forgecraft all day. Hey, thanks Tactical Mindscapes for the donation again. My man coming in with the cash on the live streams. I appreciate it. So we can get butterflies here. Ooh, that's expensive. And acquirements. Also quite expensive, but worst case scenario, we just take the gold, right? Tactical says a really good YouTuber on his tier list. Put diamond saw blades high on the tier list. I assume you mean Oni, right? Because Oni did put saw blades like S, like top of S tier almost. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. Oh, I didn't see your comments on the donation. I forgot you could donate. It says rogues liked, dungeons crawled. Indeed, that's what we do here. We like the rogues and we crawl the dungeons. Yeah, everybody took that to heart with Diamond Saw Blades being top. That was not me. No, I'm not a big fan, actually, in general. Oni put that in his tier list at the top. You know, I love Forgecraft, and I had a couple Forgecraft spells on my list, my top 10 list, but Diamond Saw Blades wasn't it. That was not one of them. Didn't even make the honorable mentions for what it's worth. Montrex says, I just started a game on that. I had one interesting run, and since you are already committed there somewhat, I think it's strong all around if you find the spells. I agree. Forgecraft is a good school. Like Paragon is good if you get to it. Probably not going to. I like the level 5 spell, Alistair's. It's very good. Let's just time out on this. Let's look at all our shops. We already looked at that one. Forgetting what I was doing. Another acquirement. And there's Amnesia. We're absolutely buying that. We've got 3 more Blink Scrolls. We'll do Identify. Identify is cheaper than buying the Butterfly Scroll. So we're going to try to identify butterflies this way. And we're going to buy the cheaper of the 2 acquirements. We'll take gold if all else fails. And we're going to leave the blinkings here because we already have 6 or 7 of them. And when I need more, I'll come buy them. See if I can hit the right button to buy things. Okay, first things first, let's identify. Brand weapon and silence. We did not find butterflies. Interesting. Haste. Haste is good. Resistance is good. Moonshine is whatever. Lord Lontrex being called a Forgecraft shill. You could be a shill for worse schools, I'll say that. Forgecraft is right up there. Oh, I even forgot Hellfire Mortar. The best spell in the game is in Forgecraft. I mean, what do you want? Right? Just put all the best stuff in there, for God's sake. Book of Battle is nothing of relevance. No, we're not doing that. So we're going to lose a little bit of gold here. We paid 200 gold for the pleasure. I'm not doing triple crossbow. I don't think, right? Let's just have a look. Yeah, 26 max training, 1.4 delay currently. Min delay is 1. It does have huge base damage. Yeah, loot boxes, that's for sure. I know some people would go triple crossbow here. I'm going to stick with mule, and I'm going to take the gold. And I'm going to wait for somebody to tell me how bad of a decision this is, but I'll tell you what, if I can lean into Forgecraft, which it looks like I can, I would prefer to do that than lean into ranged any further than I have. Because, you know, I'm already at 18 skill. Going all the way up to 26 is just a ton. We're going to buy the second one here. Yeah, please take gold. Yeah, I agree. Wowzers, those gloves. It took me a second to process. Negative strength is fine because we have 20 of it. Parrying will regen int. Better than the Dex gloves I just enchanted? Probably. Man, the regen is huge. The will is huge. What does parrying do again? You have to melee attack, so it's kind of irrelevant, actually, which is a bit unfortunate. Shielding decreases because of the Dex loss. EV decreases because the Dex loss. Dude, I think we take those gloves. Those are cool. The gold is bad. We paid 1,400 for this thing, so this is bad. I'm never taking harm on a streak. Sorry, Lychee, but that is the way of it. Wagasang gloves. Yeah, it's only melee. But still, I mean, even without the parrying, these are good gloves. It's more of everything we want. Let's put them on. I can't carry that many items. Okay, we can drop some things. This is the first time I've had to drop anything in this game. Thank you to the new patch, fixing the inventory. I love it. So, irradiates to 12. And shell is at 69. But that's without our entering. So we could flip on int over cold protection and then flip back if we need it. I think that's the way. We don't really need cold here very much. We'll need it in swamp, but harm isn't bad with ranged. Yeah, famous last words. Well, I get that some people love harm, but I hate harm more than almost anything else in the game. So it's always a no for me, bro. It doesn't matter what else is on the thing. I'm not taking it. I know we get more benefit than most would, but it's just a no for me. I win sufficiently well without harm. I don't need any more excuses for losing. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Okay, knockback, please. Wow. Not allowed to knock this guy back, apparently. You know what would be nice here is blink. Irradiate's basically online. Let's cast it once. Neat. Let's do breath. Could have been better. Could have been worse. Good enough. Okay, we're at 6% now on irradiate. And so we're going to go back to shields and take to heart the math that DG provided earlier. I know I'm a little late to the party on getting my shield up. here in Snake, but we'll do it now. Won't take long. So much electricity. Oh yeah, we have flying. Kind of forgot. Another Gozag altar, Ring of Strength. Waga says, I hate harm too, not gonna lie. Bad first experience in Zot was enough for me. Yeah, you know what? I've never used it. I looked at it and I said, I'm not even gonna try this. I'm not even interested. And I did that like when I first played the game. The second I saw it, I was like, nope. And it's been the case forever. For better or worse. It's one of the things in this game that I don't mind missing out on. It just goes against everything that I'm trying to do here. At least that's my feeling on it. Here's a kite shield. Oh, it's good. Kite shield of poison resist. That's exactly what we need in some ways. Right? It replaces our ring, which frees up a ring slot, which gives us cold resist at least. So that's a good find. Okay, Najas. Do work, please. Kite shield, it's +2 as well. Okay, what does it look like to put this on? Spell failure by 5%. Acceptable. Yep, totally acceptable. We're going to lose some dex over it. Shield increases by 4.7, so that solves our problem of getting to 8. EV increases by a negligible amount. This is just an absolute take. See if we can get it on without enemies disrupting us. Neat, which means we can switch our rings around. We're gonna go with cold, I guess. Still need our lack. Cool though, we're looking good. Yep, more gloves. More gloves of dex. That's fine. Whatever. Oh, we can enchant as well. Let's go ahead and use it. So now we're up to 12 shield. Very, very good. Lontrek says, I read so many people saying never to get it on Tudos and Reddit. So I just don't do it. Yeah, if you listen to some people, though, they take it every chance they get, right? Lychee the Crawler, they always take it. And they are undeniably one of the best players in the game. But at speedrunning and real time and so on like that, less of a streaker in general. Though has a nice streak on Felid Chaos Knight, of all things. So there's refrigeration. Yeah, so I mean, their opinion is very strong, obviously, and they're a very strong proponent of harm. But not me. Statue with harm? Feels bad? Yeah, I bet. Okay, we picked up refrigeration. We picked up radiance, which means we could go toxic radiance and ignite poison. It's a little late in the game for that. And discord. I don't know. I could see getting refrigeration. Like we could just go cold in addition to our forge and go more cold, I guess, lean heavier into that to get these online. I don't know. Like Snake and Swamp, that's where you want to have Bridge online. So it's kind of late. Oh boy. Okay, I got to take this one seriously. Is this an Ice Blast situation? Yeah, weak to cold, weak to cold. Nice. That'll do. Shields update. Okay. I think we're going to go shields to 10 now because we have the kite shield. So 10 to 12 is probably the range you want to be in, more or less. Can't get an angle on that guy. Now we got electrical. I definitely feel like I need more spells. Still a little ways off too, of course. Big shield did not help in that regard. Can we mind burst this guy maybe? Yeah, he hurts. I can't even tab anymore. What am I to do? I've been tabbing for so long this game. Wow. Wow, more bookshops. 2 of them. Let's see. I don't like anything in here. Disjunction? Disjunction's a good spell. But it's level 8. Probably not going to happen. What's next? Vile Clutch is huge for us. Is it online? 58%. We can get this online pretty quickly. Freezing Cloud isn't... Yeah, it's at 16%. It's not offline. Boy, oh boy, though. Vile Clutch. Lock them down, shoot them. It's pretty good. Yeah, now I can kite with a kite shield? Absolutely. Put the extremes together and try to handle the low rolls, though sometimes that's what you need in-game. Yeah, what do you think? What do we think, guys? Vile Clutch? That would be a good intermediate spell, probably, for what we're doing here. I think we do that, and then go Forgecraft afterwards. I'm asking hypothetical questions. I'm doing it regardless. We've got 5 spell levels left, so we're going to have to start using Amnesia soon. But Necromancy's at 2 and Earth is at 0, so this is going to come online very, very fast. Take this up to, actually go up to 3. Azul. Hello, friend. Be nice, please. Hey, that's a good position for that. Lock him down. He immediately kills the stuff. We can irradiate from here. Double irradiate. It does almost nothing to him. Ice Blast is good because it slows him, I think. 3% on sleep, so we're fine there. Well, at least I blocked this guy a little bit. DG says, I used harm on non-DE Firestorm casters to clear enemies quicker. It sure would, wouldn't it? Firestorm is 8DX. It has very flat damage distribution. Reliably 2-tapping Draconians instead of 3-tapping feels worth. Yeah, I mean, I understand the arguments, and I'm right there with you. I get it. I just don't like the risk of taking the damage. And, you know, in general, I would take defense over offense almost every time, depending on what the balance is already, right? Assuming both are equal, I take defense so that I can streak, right? It's all about just preserving the streak. Okay, now we'll percussive tempering this, and he immediately kills it, so that was a little bit of a mistake to step that direction, probably. Still got Ice Blast for all 3 of these guys. Now Corrosive Breath to hit 4 of them. Nice. Oh god, Corrosive Breath is still very good. This guy's a bit of a problem because I have no mana. What about Blink Darts? Got him. Nice. Okay. We'll just recover. Sweet. Easy peasy. Pretty nice Serpent Talisman there, except for the minus F in an Orb of Fire game. $47. Anybody else? Usually those guys travel in packs. Yeah, feeling really good about my forge crafting right now. I just wish I had more of it, actually. Let's go ahead and learn Vile Clutch for now. We're at 9 and we're almost up. So let's throw on Necromancy as well, go up to 3. That should just about do it. Vashnia. And it sees me. So I guess we will probably step around corner. Summon these. Phantom Mirror seems like a good target for it. Apparently, my dude's over here, which is a bit unfortunate. So a step here. Defense wins championships? Indeed. That's my take on it. I guess we'll Tempering on this. And of course my dude steps in front, so I can't attack through. Wow, they killed my dude and my Hoarfrost Cannon. That's very lame. Okay, we're retreating a bit now. Use... I guess we just Mule. Resummon. Nice. Tempering, and it immediately dies. Okay. Might be worth the Ice Blast here, I think. Okay, we got the one in the back. Does Breath reach? It does. Nice, we get the kill. There we go. Pretty easy overall. That mob, that group can be very difficult. So I'm pretty happy with how that went, actually. There's a Tower Shield. I don't think we're ever using Tower Shield. Especially an unenchanted one. Just doesn't seem like the way to go. You know what would be good here is Yara's. Nicola with no electrical resist. Oh dear. Lontrack seeing the gym counter. Yeah, it just went off, didn't it, recently? So I was using that during tournament just to get all my gems. Okay, Nicola. Hasn't seen me yet. We could pop Resistance Pot. I think that's what we do. Probably step here-ish. Time to run, says Wagga. Yeah, everybody's saying run. 3D45 is what we're looking out for. I think we're Resistance Potting. Wow. Keeps blocking my exit. This was a bad setup. Okay. That was a bad setup. Can I blind? No. What about Disjunction? It's pretty good. So we can reset with Disjunction. I'm going to go Box of Beasts. We've got Vile Clutch at 32. Can I do it? Yes, I can. And then we're going to put you at max line of sight. He blinks out of it. Triple poisoned. I'm going to keep pulling back. Recast. Did I get him? Nice. Good fight. Kind of a bad engage. Bad way to open, but we got there. Didn't even mulch the disjunction dart. Good stuff. Down to Snake Pits 3. That looks like a good place to use breath. I can hit 4 of them. Ooh, miscast. Okay. Luckily this guy is dazed. Let's step around the corner. Shields to 10. Let's go with more necromancy now. Get Vile Clutch all the way online. Currently weak. Does weak affect ranged? No, just melee. Ouch. This is absolutely a dangerous situation. No doubt about that. Can I polymorph you? 34%. I missed. This might be Blink to the Stairs situation, honestly. Nicola Lair always feels unfair. It wasn't too bad. Sometimes it can be, though. He hits for a ton. Cost me a resistance pot. I love how Vile Clutch has been nerfed half a dozen times and still amazing, says Zvan. Yes, very right. It was like the best spell in the game at one point. It's still pretty close to the top 10. Do we have a fire ring? We do. We have 1 pip of fire res from the mule, and we also have pro fire instead of pro cold. So we could do that. Do we do that or do we just blink? Actually, 3d24 just about puts me in kill range before resists. So let's do fire. Let's do Wand of Quicksilver. Chance to hit is pretty high. He steps beside. I don't think Disjunction's the play here, right? What's his melee? Melee is almost irrelevant. I've got Irradiate, so we could Irradiate. Irradiate does the trick. Breath on those guys. We got there. Good deal. We'll just keep our fire ring on for now. Teleport trap. Okay. What do we do here? You know what I wish I had is Wand of Warping. Wand of Warping would be really strong here. Bad chance to hit. Mind Burst, 77. I could just step back. Ooh, he got dazed. Very nice. Okay, who else wants some? Where's that electrical guy? Where'd the electric snake go? And self-protect? Nah. I don't know, I guess he just wandered off. It's a little scary. Okay, so as I get constricted, we have our friend Donald coming around the corner. Chainmail of Cold Resist. He hasn't seen us yet. So I could, if I do Mystic Blast, he's going to notice me because it's loud. But it has a good chance of knocking this guy back. Okay, didn't get there on the knockback. I dazed him, which is huge. We'll just step back a little bit. It usually is Reflect, you're right, but it is not this time, I don't believe. Yeah, just a regular old kite shield. He's encased in ice, so he's slow. 24% chance to miscast. We get it. Nice. Got there with Mule. Not bad. We just picked up enchant armor, pro cold, enchant weapon. So let's enchant our kite shield a little more, I think. I don't see taking this off, probably. Ring of magical power, I don't need that. We got some digging wands, that's good. Here's our shock serpent. Wow, just miscast a ton of times on BVC. Would you die, please? Gee whiz. That's necromancy to 5. So we'll go earth to 5 as well, I guess. Okay. Snake 4, here we go. Moment of truth on the first ruin as a ranged character, which is a big deal to me. I don't play ranged characters, as I keep saying. How many revs we got? A bunch? I think I used one here. We actually spawned right by the ruin vault, which is kind of awkward. Ooh, caustic breath, too good to pass up in that position. You know, I think actually we'd probably go down a different stair. Clear out most of the floor first. DG saying, chat, remember when old Nicola with old chain lightning could hit you for 130 through our elect? Yes, it was bugged, wasn't it? Just until 0.34 they fixed it, I believe. It's so much better now. It's less broken at the very least. Still an absolute threat. This is a bit awkward. Just recast. Recast again. Well, that was a little subpar. Unfortunately, we're taking Snake up with us as well, which is not what I was aiming for, I gotta admit. What about Polymorph? 51%. Shining Eye, Swamp Worm, Steel Barb Worm. Nice. I'll take that. Thank you. Let's try our third downstairs then. Okay, at least that one's safe. We could... I don't want to get flanked here, so let's just look around a little bit. And then we'll go reclaim this other stairwell. Okay, so far so good. Got it. Okay, now we have 3 stairwells that are safe, and there's my blink that I've been asking about. How many amnesias we got? 3? Done deal. Let's get rid of... what? Fugue the Fallen, probably? I don't know. It's still kind of good. You know, I could do Freeze and Poisonous Vapors. That would do it. I'm not using either one. I do have an Amnesia in the shop, and I do have Gozag. Fugue's pretty good in ranged. I agree. I picked it up in Lair, and it was super good there. I could be using it more. I do have BVC online, so maybe Gravecall goes? Yeah. Svan agreeing with Gravecall. I think that's the play. It's a bit redundant now. Yeah, so we're going to want some more spellcasting here soon, aren't we? And we need to be looking back towards our other spells too, the higher level ones. So 71 on Shell. And the other spell, what was it? Didn't I? Oh, Blades. Diamond Blades was an option. That's currently at 56, which is the same as when I found it, I think. Oh, hello. Knockback. Knockback? Kind of relevant. Earth Magic to 5. Yeah, let's do spellcasting at this point. Up to about 11. My fighting's low for S branches as well. I just got so many things I'm trying to level. More Mind Burst, that's welcome. Only 3, but still. Sweet. Yeah, percussive tempering is actually pretty good on my little friends that I summon. Like, it gives me a decent chunk of damage, it feels like. Okay, what's our cloak? Corrosion resist. Completely irrelevant. So we'll go in this way. We've got another cloak down here. It is also corrosion resist. You think refridge, Lontrax? It's an option. Draconians are pretty beefy. 150 HP is mighty fine for this point. I agree, it is. Even with low fighting. Okay, so that's an acceptable summon for those. I can pull back into that range. Bio Clutch at 14. Okay, here we go. I think we're just going to pull back. Vile Clutch. Percussive Tempering for good measure. Resummon. I think I should probably be Percussive Tempering earlier. Just to get the hit dice. I haven't used it enough to like have a good strategy on it. Cool, we made it up without that guy following me. We were out of mana. Getting swarmed a little bit. Let's restart. So we'll open up with Percussive Tempering. DG says it was not bugged at all. It was just how CL worked. Could bounce back and forth between caster and targeting, losing a bit of damage. The devs have actually confirmed it was bugged. Draco Omega confirmed that the way the damage was calculating assumed always that you did not have electrical resist, I think is how it worked. You can check back if you want, but 100% Draco Omega did say it was bugged. But if they also changed the bouncing effect, that would be a nice little nerf on top of the bug. Lontrex says, I think it works better when you have more tools and use them to always hit the monster. The AoE damage is non-negligible. Yeah, non-neglectable. Yeah, you're right. That AoE damage is very, very good. Let's look at how much it is nowadays. 3D 1122. Yeah, so the splash is 3D 22. That's huge. Just trying to get a BVC out there. Try to kill him with tempering. BVC? Not BVC. Nope. Oh, God. Okay. Probably shouldn't have just kept firing. Quicksilver doesn't do the trick. Okay, that worked. How much damage do you do? 4 slants. 4 slants hurts. 3d14 plus the knockback. Am I in kill range here? I think I am. I definitely am. 3d14 plus 2d13. Yeah, like it'd have to high roll, but I'm in kill range, given that my back is against the wall here. We have tons of blink. We have 3 more in shops. I'm getting the heck away from that guy. No need to fight that in that situation. First blink scroll this entire game. I'll take it. I forgot tempering. Should have used tempering there. Tempering over here seems good. Then we'll pull this guy this way. Recast. Wait a turn, maybe? Is he going to get closer? Yes. Tempering on that one. Okay, let's reposition here. Pick a new fight. Sweet. Feeling good about it. Not sure where that guy I ran away from went. He's here somewhere. Electrical. Neither of these guys see me, so I'll pull. Vile Clutch. Vile Clutch again, and kill. Sweet, okay. We're getting there. What are we leveling right now? Spellcasting up to 11? Seems pretty good. We got 3 spell levels right now. Let's just keep going. Now CL never hits the same target twice. That's correct, DG. So nerf to CL in general, but it is a nerf to Nicola as well. See if we can lock these guys down here. Caustic Breath also gets them. Very nice, very nice. We'll temper the higher power one. Teleporter dude. I do not like these guys. Okay, spellcasting 11. I think we keep going a little more, maybe 12, maybe 13 to get more spell levels for our Forgecraft stuff. Oof. Took an extra turn. So I still have the 2 fire hips. The teleporter here is the problem. I could silence, actually, couldn't I? I've got a silence scroll. These are all affected by silence. Do I silence here? I think I do. Works on this guy as well. Does not work on that guy, though. Not in any meaningful way. Sweet, good silence. I'll take it. I don't usually use silence scrolls. You won't find me using it very often, anyway. But it certainly worked there, and it would have worked against Nicola as well. But I didn't think of it at the time. Is that everything? Is there going to be any loot here at all, I wonder? Sometimes there is, sometimes there is not. I think this is a no loot situation. Yep, look at that, nothing. Not a single thing. Well, we got our kite shield of resistances I was looking for, so that's meaningful. And that snake, first rune down. This is going to end up being one of my longest 3 rune games, I think, to be perfectly honest. Okay, well, it's time for me to end the stream. I think we're going to be going into Swamp next, probably. And we're going to keep working on Forgecraft, spellcasting, then Forgecraft, probably. Going in that direction. I want to thank you guys all for joining me, chatting it up, giving me good interaction. I appreciate that. We'll very likely be on tomorrow around this same time, so I hope you'll tune in again. Thanks again to Tactical Mindscapes for the donation. I always appreciate that. Share a dump before the end? I can do that. I'll just throw it over here in chat for you. No, can I not copy that? Copy. Game, please. Yeah, there we go. There you go. See what you think. Let me know. If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Put them in the chat on this video if you want. Hopefully we get cool spells. Yeah, more Forgecraft is always welcome. You're playing a Forgecraft Djinn. Good luck. Yeah, okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck in your own games. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.